thank you for allowing me to come out and share this meal with you. We have a little sign in our kitchen that says, God bless the cook, so God bless the cook. I'm Mike Kowall. Again, I'm the Senate Majority Floor Leader here in Michigan. And I got to tell you, when we came in 2010, this state was about 2 seconds away from a total train wreck, thanks to Granholm and her ilk that were running the state. We had enough money to run the state for 35 minutes. A state of 10 million people with enough money to go for 35 minutes. That was the first meeting I had with Governor Snyder. And because I was chairing economic development at the time, he looked at me and he said, "What are you going to do about it, Mike?" And I was eating, and I didn't stop eating. I just looked up and said, "Well, give me a minute to think about it, and we'll come up with something." Today we have over $1.5 billion in our savings account, in our rainy day fund, if that's what you want to call it. But it's the money that we borrow from ourselves to keep going so we don't have to borrow from banks. So why not borrow it out of your own savings versus going and making banks rich? We've changed the way we're doing business. We have changed over 3,500 rules and regulations over the last 6 or 7 years now. And I can see this happening in D.C. President Trump is trying to do that. He's changing a lot of rules and regulations, but he needs people in there with a backbone. He needs people in there that are going to stand up for him. He needs people that understand that it's the rule of law. It's about borders, it's about language, and it's about culture. So I say build that wall. Be it either a brick wall, a wire fence, a geo fence, or put military on the border, but keep that rabble from coming across and bringing their problems with them. We just don't need that back. I don't make promises lightly. I've signed the no tax pledge. I've guaranteed that I'm not going to raise taxes. And I also pledge to you that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that border is safe and secure. And people ask me, why are you doing this? Why are you going to that hellhole in D.C. when you can pretty much kick back and do what you want, as you start to get a little older, as we all are? But you know why? I have 2 grandchildren. I have 2 daughters. And I want to make sure that they grow up in the same country that I grew up in, where you stand there and you look at this flag, and when you say pledge allegiance to it, you understand the phrase, to the republic for which it stands, not to the democracy for which it stands. And that's what I've been getting into the heads of all the kids when I go into the schools. I ask them, I say, how many people think we live in a democracy? And they raise their hands. And teachers are raising their hands, and parents are raising their hands. And I make them say the pledge. And when they get to the republic, I say, stop, what did you just say? What did you just say? And they look at each other and they don't understand quite what it is. I said, let me explain to you what the difference between a democracy and a republic. A democracy is, and I'll ask some young girl always, a little young girl, come up and stand next to me. And I said, we just took a vote in this classroom and you can't be educated here anymore. You have to leave. We took a vote. We're a democracy, so we said you're out. But because you have constitutional rights under our republic, you have just as much of a right to be educated here as everybody else. So you can't be put out of this classroom by this group or any other group. You have those constitutional rights. So I want to go there to represent all of you. And I am the only candidate that was born and raised in Wayne County, educated in Wayne County. And I understand the importance of the educational system. When I graduated high school, I had a certificate to repair and maintenance on Boeing Lockheed. I also had repair and maintenance on Vickers Hydraulics, and the Navy wanted me in the worst way. And we had to have a long discussion about that. But it was an honor growing up here in Wayne County, and I'm the only one that's been coming down here on a regular basis and walking door to door in all of the Wayne 11th in Wayne County to make sure that I can get the votes to win, to go to Washington, to represent all of you. You will all have my personal cell phone number. You will have all my personal information, so if you see something coming that you're concerned about, I encourage you to give me a call. And I have the support of Dylan Breen, who's been working with me for a while, Kurt Heisey, Hartunians, We have a lot of people that are supporting me in Wayne County. In fact, I have just about every elected official in the district supporting me. So I'm looking for your support because at the end of the day, your votes are the ones that matter. So thank you for allowing me to be here, and God bless all of you, and God bless us, and God bless that family.